There's one read-on for the Board of Water Commissioners, which I thought was important to read it on. It's to get a replacement part for water main on Mauritius Road, so I think that's important to read on. I have Russell Barnett here because we've been getting many letters and communications regarding something called the acceptance of the EIS on the uplands. So I would want Russell to explain what we're adopting here so there'd be no confusion. I think, let me see what it is. It's number 7C.
The resolution on today's agenda is to accept the final environmental impact statement on the project known as the Uplands, as well as the CCRC proposed ordinance. There seems to be some misunderstanding on the part of some residents who have been contacting the board that this resolution represents a decision in the matter of the application itself, and that is not the case. This is a resolution that grows out of the state regulations for the Environmental Quality Review Act. The terminology can be difficult. The final environmental impact statement represents a document which grows out of the draft environmental impact statement. We received many comments, questions, suggestions following the issuance of the draft. The law stipulates that we take all of those comments and questions and provide a response to them. This document before you today, the final environmental impact statement, represents the draft plus the document which compiles all of the comments, suggestions, and questions and responses to them. It does not commit the town board to any particular course of action when the state review is complete. It merely makes the document publicly available, provides an opportunity for the public to submit any additional comments, questions, and suggestions to the board prior to your making a decision. The public comment period would be established by this resolution, and it would run from February 16th through March 17th.
So after the 30 days pass and you have additional comments, then what happens?
What would happen at that point is my department, in cooperation with the planning department, would prepare proposed findings based upon the record that was developed through that state process and submit them to the town board for your review. The board, as the decision-making entity, is charged with basically issuing a findings statement, which is what you believe to be true from the record that's been developed over time, and rendering a decision at that time.
Okay, anybody got a question on this? No. Thank you, Russell.
Thank you, Russell.
Also, I would ask the board to review the workup that John Valentine did such a wonderful job on regarding the applications for walk runs and other events, and he drafted up something that you need to review so it can be on for adoption in the next agenda. Did you want to go over site plans, Peter?
Good morning, Peter Hans from the Planning Department. The board has two site plan matters this afternoon to consider, acting as the Board of Site Plan Review. The first site plan up for approval is Competition Subaru. The Competition Subaru, which is currently Competition Infinity, was up before the board back in June. They received approval for for about 6,000 square feet in additions, which are highlighted on the board in yellow. After they received site plan approval, they decided that that was not enough, that they would like an additional 5,300 square feet of building area. So hence they're back before the board. Recommending approval with two conditions. The applicant has agreed to those conditions. First is that they obtain applicable permits through the building department, and the second that they consolidate the two tax parcels. Currently it's two lots, and now that the addition is going to be going over the line, we just asked from a from an assessment standpoint, that the two lots be combined. They could always be separated at a later date. However, for simplicity, it just makes it cleaner to consolidate the two lots.
In what way?
Well, if you got two tax lots, you have two tax bills, and to have a line going right through the middle of the building, it's often
Okay.
caused problems. The applicant has agreed. There's a secra on the agenda for this afternoon.
Thank you.
The other matter is a waiver for Insignia Restaurant. This was also before the board for site plan approval, I believe also back in June. They went to the town board for a modification of the zone change condition. They went to the Board of Zoning Appeals. There were many conditions about a berm being constructed. They were supposed to receive a certificate of compliance by New Year's, December 31st, 2016. That did not happen. They're requesting additional time in which to comply with the site plan. The site plan entails constructing the berm to protect the adjacent residents.
This was behind the building, right?
Correct. To the north.
And it was going to be a berm?
Everything that's basically highlighted in green to the north of the parking needs to be completed. They're claiming that the work that was being performed by New York State DOT and the construction of
Held
those
them up.
noise barriers, that it was very difficult to undertake. So we're recommending an additional 6 months, I believe we said till June 30th of 2017. Any questions?
Define burn. You know, I hear it all the time, and I know it's a, but can
A
that
dirt
be?
hill?
Is it dirt, hill? That's a berm. That's
That's
a
it.
very nice way of saying that.
Dirt hill.
Dirt hill. I can't remember the height of this particular berm. I think it was in
Dirt
the-
hill.
Dirt hill. I believe it was around 10 feet high.
9 or 10 feet, I think.
Yeah.
Have they paved that yet or not?
No, it's still gravel.
It's still gravel?
Yeah. There was an expansion of the outdoor dining area as well, and
Right.
some other site modifications. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Pam.
Okay, I've divulged everything I have. We'll go to my right, Lynn.
Huh.
You have anything to add?
Supervisor and members of the board, I talked to the supervisor yesterday, and after the contract with the school died on Friday night late, I'd like to get the authorization of the board that we send Matt Jakubowski to negotiate a purchase of the school property to become part of the town of Smithtown property. For many reasons, you know, beautiful park, green space, it would just be phenomenal for the town. And I think it would be nice to send him in to see if he can negotiate a purchase price for us as the town of Smithtown as a whole.
My father would have loved that.
Interesting, I know we discussed it yesterday, but I think we should move ahead, but I don't know that it's going to be a lot of money, I think.
I'm sure it will be, but, you know, sometimes you need to ask in order to move forward. So before they go into contract with one of the next 2 or 3 or 4 bidders, I'd like to raise our
I'm
hand.
okay with the town attorney, but he should not make any final deals.
Well, I agree. You should come back to this board.
I have
after-
okay with me.
Sounds fine with me.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Exactly.
Councilman, if that came to fruition, what, would we take that building down? So you're talking about parks and soccer fields and things like that?
I think there'd be a lot of steps on that. I mean, the first step is getting a price and figuring out what the price would be, and taking the building down. I think that would be a negotiation, you know, with Matthew, with the people from the school district.
But I can answer that because the original thought was that building would cost $2.5 million to
Right.
take down.
Mhm.
So that's a consideration you have to figure in.
It would be figured out into the price, of course.
Yeah, well, okay.
With today's standards, that's not so bad,
No,
right?
no.
And what would we do with the building?
Well, if we kept the building, you know, you get a price to go over the building, and we have so many small little outlets around town. If you could ever put all your departments in one place together, I think your efficiency would go up drastically. I mean, they're extremely efficient now, but having everybody together where they can walk across the hall instead of walking around the block, down the corner, and across the street,
Well, I'm
might be
not
something to look
opposed-
at.
I'm not opposed to the attorney going and talking, but the final decision has to be made here.
Of course, that's why I'm
Cost and
asking the
money.
board to authorize Matthew to go.
Well, I'm on board.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful.
Good for you.
All of us, as a whole. 117,000.
What's 17,000?
I said all 117,000 people in town,
Oh.
because for all of us.
Anybody else got something to add on
Just executive session matters.
to executive session matters that I know of? Okay, I'll move to go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So most of you are accused.
Go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead, Patrick. You'll close the meeting.
Ready?
Yep.
I move to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to close the executive session. No, that was the first vote. I move to close the general meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.